Sounds like something Jabba the Hutt would say. We're just going to say elephant trunk pose. It's considered an advanced arm balance because you need the strength to hold your whole body up off the mat and the flexibility to get a leg darn near on your shoulder. You don't have to do it perfectly though to get some benefits and have some fun. Let's give it a try. Elephant trunk pose. This leg is a trunk. You decide what the other leg is supposed to be. Not as hard as it looks if you do the body mechanics properly. First thing I need to do is load one leg up on one arm. The higher the better. It doesn't have to be all the way up. We'll talk about that in a second. But if I can get it way up here, it gives me some margin for error. If it slips a little bit, I don't fall off onto the mat. So I bring it up as high as I can, almost like it's going behind my head, and then I take the supporting arm and push into it, drive my elbow back and toward me. I place the palm close to my hips, right down under my butt cheek. If I set it out in front, there won't be as much outward pressure and my leg will slide off. I also have to squeeze in for some opposing force with the knee. So no matter how well I set this arm, if I'm not squeezing this knee, it just falls out to the side. So once this arm is pushing back with a high load and is planted close to me, I squeeze my knee in, like I'm trying to push my toe this way. Then the other palm sets across from the other arm and I push up to get my hips off the mat. So from the side, I've loaded it, pressed back with the arm and squeezed in with the knee, and then I push up. It's a great way to practice it. From there, I got to squeeze my core to get the other leg up off the mat. Neat thing about this posture is you don't have to do it perfectly to have some fun. Maybe I can only load my knee up a little ways, like near the elbow. I still want to push back, squeeze in, get my palm down, push off the mat with my arms close to me. Bear in mind, the wider they are, the less you can push up. The closer they are, the longer technically your arms will be. So maybe I can just barely load this and push up to here, squeezing my core to round my spine and sort of make it shorter. And then maybe I just swing up one leg at a time. Maybe eventually I just barely lift. Eventually, when you have a high enough load with the leg and you're strong enough in the core to squeeze, you can get this elephant way up off the mat and even point upward to work your core and stretch those legs. This is actually half an insect, which we're going to do later. Have fun.
But the whole point of the machine is to relieve you of that suffering.